say, I think that they've played great this regional. They've been really, really impressive to me. And I've got high hopes for this team and the rest of this RLCS next season. But NRG are so good. I'm really surprised that nobody's predicting them to win this tournament, to be honest, because they're my pick to win it. Space Station Gaming are out. That's the team who usually eliminates NRG. They've got a great record against Envy. I think maybe a lot of you guys are a bit afraid of the fact that NRG aren't sweeping everybody. They're winning by one series, or they're winning by one game. They're going to game 5 a lot. They're, you know, they're having to go the distance against teams in this lower bracket. But don't forget, that's exactly how BDS have been dominating Europe.
Yeah, it certainly has been a lot more difficult this season than any other. More competition, more teams, and more events than ever before here in RLCS Season X. So we do see Justin trying to find some way around the defense. He's actually having a little bit more success than I think even he was anticipating. So we do start ourselves with a decent amount of pressure from both teams. Just the stakes as well for both teams coming into this. NRG, if they lose this, are guaranteed to be dropping behind Team Envy. So already guaranteed themselves at least 3rd place being up in that winners finals. So for NRG, they want to try and hold serve against their rivals. As for Ghost Gaming, just goes to show how bad last split was for them. Even if they win this, they will still be behind multiple teams, as this is going to be great opportunities.
Well
Squishy will take it, and if they do want to start leapfrogging teams like Exet, United, Sonics, and Loco, well, they're going to have to try and find ways out of these sorts of situations.
That's a great shot by Garrett. Nice and high into the bar, had the entire defense panicking, thinking it was on target, and it gave Squishy so much time to rebound, and he did put it in accurately. NRG looking consistent early on. Their only real question is, will they score their chances? Will they be clinical? Well, about a minute and a half into this, we can already see the answer to that.
Yeah, they're not going to need too much help creating chances, and Mektos will very much be hoping that he is not going to be making mistakes like that moving forward in this series.
Yeah.
Best of 7 at a reminder, so there is time to right wrongs and even have a bad game or two in there. But you do want to start well on a championship Sunday.
Oh my.
This is a very good start, but only for one team.
Okay, Analyst S wanted to know if NRG were going to be bringing their shooting boots, I guess shooting wheels, shooting front bumper, whatever it is. They've all got it. That's 1 goal to each of them, and we're barely getting started here. Is it too early to call a sweep win? Because that's what I would lean towards right now. NRG have done it before, and now they're ramping up to do it again.
Yeah, this is going to be a major question as to what Ghost Gaming can do over the next 10 minutes of gameplay, because right now the opening 2 has been diabolical for them. Justin looks for another shot. Didn't have anyone turning up in time that he wanted to pass it off to. This really has been the dream start for NRG. Still reigning world champions. They'll be keeping that title for quite some time. Squishy just going to keep this away. And right now for Ghost Gaming, this game has very much turned into just trying to find something going for yourself. Mektos taking the ball away from his teammate who was coming at a better angle. This has been a very difficult opening game for Mektos.
Yeah, it's been a very difficult opening game for the entire Ghost Gaming roster. NRG really haven't given them any chances to play their game. They've not given them any opportunities to get out of their half, and they've been causing a lot to panic. I'm loving the touches that NRG are making. There's no pointless hard hits in random directions, which is my main criticism of NRG in the past this split. And you know, the one thing that really stands out to me from Garrett's interview yesterday is the team comms. If they can stay positive, they're going to be crushing it. That's a great save by Freshness, but they need a lot more than that right now. Just 2 minutes left in game 1.
And they still haven't really created a single clear-cut opportunity for themselves just yet. Lion Blaze does clear, but he's got to try and follow us up by himself. Garrett G doesn't want to challenge. Ghost Gaming just finding their footing here in this game. I think they'll already realize that this game might be already beyond their grasp. Just got to ease in. Don't allow NRG to put any more beyond you, but with Squishy trying to set up, might not take too much more than that. Squishy's still downfield. NRG playing so confident at the moment. It's a great tap on from Squishy. Something that you would expect NRG to maybe take advantage of if they weren't 3 goals up. But right now, they can leave it for a player like Justin to work his magic.
I love that first touch from Justin. That's brilliant. You can see that Freshness was expecting a backboard hit, whether it would be for a rebound or just, aiming for the curve above the goal to try and get the ball to bounce straight down. That's what Freshness was expecting Justin to do there. That does leave the entire center of the box completely wide open. And how do you get the ball there? If it's coming at you at that speed, well, Justin shows everybody how it's done. Just straight up into the ceiling, followed by a rebound.
Well, whole desk was expecting 4-2s, 4-1s. NRG get their way. They're looking at the scoreline on the screen right now. 4-0. That's about to be fine. Justin secures the hat trick. And forget Ghost Gaming. This is terrifying for everybody in the tournament.
I would imagine they didn't want their defense to, literally be the defense of, team full of ghosts, because that's about as effective as Ghosts have been on their own goal line this match. Ball just keeps going straight through them, and NRG, if they can, build on this, if they can, just like Garrett said yesterday, get positive in the team comms, start getting loud, then there's no coming back from this. There's no way that NRG are getting stopped here. For them, it's just all about using this game one now to elevate their mental game, to get as loud as possible, get as hype as possible. And if they can do that, then there's just no way that Ghost can come back.
I mean, I'm trying to look across the field right now for any positives from this game for Ghost. There's nothing. They have not got going here. They have been caught on the line.
Zero is a positive number, isn't it? It's technically, so that's something, I suppose.
Not only that, it's just the fact that they aren't performing, and NRG definitely are. There is only work to do, and if you are in the comms of Ghost Gaming heading into this next game, you've got so much work to do. 4 goals for Justin, 7 goals overall for NRG. And the next 15 minutes could be very torturous for Ghost Gaming unless they can figure this out.
You could see the moment there where Garrett realized he didn't need to rotate out to the play. He could, in fact, make himself a lot more useful. Just turning around and going straight for Mexos, bumping him out of the way. 7-0. Oh, dear. Not great news for Ghost. They've gone at 7-1 themselves, but it is a very nice goal. I don't think Lion Blaze could resist it. It was just such a tempting pass that he had to give it a go.
Good on him. And, well, it's the smallest step forward for Ghost Gaming. 12 seconds left here. This game was a formality quite a while back. And NRG up and rolling here on Championship Sunday. Minded that they have only got the 1 life remaining for the rest of this tournament. They cannot afford to put a single foot wrong. Same with them and Ghost Gaming. This Freshness will clear long. Ghost Gaming want one more, maybe to escape the 7-1 scoreline. They will not be able to do so. Lion Blaze wanting to keep this one up. That is going to be too far away. Maybe NRG can add themselves 1 extra to the tally because, 7 goals simply isn't enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough. NRG, come on, you got to do better than that. Your fans watching back home, they want to see double figures minimum. So that's what they're going to be aiming for in Game 2 here. But no, truthfully, outstanding performance by them. Just clinical. Every single early chance that they got, they took them. They put them on target. And Ghost Gaming, they weren't ready for that. Maybe they expected a similar sort of inconsistent NRG to the NRG they played earlier on in the tournament. But they can't go into Game 2 thinking that. They need to really just go for it now. Any holding back is going to just result in the same formula as we saw in this match. NRG they just built on that momentum. It just kept on getting more and more in their favor.
And the difficulty is that usually when we come out of games like that, I can usually turn around and say, well, once we get to 3 or 4 goals, the other team tends to back down a little bit. But for NRG, the way they were performing there, it doesn't matter what Ghost Gaming were doing on the opposite side of the ball. If they continue playing like that, they are going to be very difficult to try and resist on the offensive side of the field. Already getting a kickoff in their favor. NRG doing a great job of that throughout the tournament, making sure that they're losing the kickoffs towards their back right, or their back left, I should say. Ghost Gaming, though, they need a good start here, and if this first goal does not go their way, it'll be very difficult to see them making a comeback. Justin gonna prevent Freshness from going any further.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. NRG with a brilliant kickoff strategy there. They know that they're up against a couple of players who are extremely good at 1v1 in Mexos and Lion Blaze, so there's no real point in trying to win the kickoffs against them territorially. You might as well let it roll into your back corner and have one of your teammates informed to go in that direction and just be ready for the ball to come at them pretty quickly.
clear from Garrett. Freshness, he can't make contact, and Ghost Gaming have made yet another mistake. And it is unfortunately the worst start to Game 2 possible.
Oh dear, there's no worse way to jump off a wall than too low. I mean, as soon as you've committed to flying under the ball, there's no getting back up to it. Your jump is going to do absolutely nothing but stall you. So it was just a bad takeoff there by Freshness. And he knew his mistake. It was too late though. Garrett was right there to punish them again. Just like in game 1, NRG as clinical as possible. Garrett's going to continue on with this one. An extra touch that wasn't expected by the first Ghost defender. And now the rest of the team are a little bit panicked as they were in the last game. NRG have got Ghost in a really awkward position.
Yeah, and this is a great chance for NRG to try and put themselves 2 or 3 goals up here. I've mentioned a few times throughout the season NRG's crisis management. Wow. They don't need any of it right now because the crisis is for the other team. Justin adding goal after goal to his tally. We're only 2 games into this. Beauty. And he is going to have some very nice stats by the end of the day.
Yeah, sick pass from Squishy as well. That's some brilliant vision. So, you know, just also really selfless play from the new man of NRG. And that shows what damage a player can do if they're willing to pass the ball to a teammate who's just a little bit in front of them. That was not what the defense were expecting. Made it a lot easier for NRG as a whole to score.
Especially if you can put it slightly behind the goalkeeper's car. Very difficult. Well, it's very easy in this game to go forward. Very difficult to go backwards. We've only fixed the boosters one way.
Hey, don't give Psyonix any ideas.
I would not mind that. Add that to our list of good and bad ideas. We'll let everyone else judge where they should all go in the tier list. As Justin finds himself another flip reset. Going to set it up for Squishy. It's over to the midfield. Garrett G doesn't quite get the memo as to where that pass was going. NRG are playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. They're having a lot of fun out there. And no reason why not to. As Lion Blaze goes for a shot. Squishy will misread it. And there is something for Ghost Gaming to work with.
Oh dear. Well, that wasn't great from Squishy. Did he pre-jump this? Oh no, he just missed it. That's just a complete miss. There wasn't a pre-jump off the back wall at all. Just like Freshness earlier on in the game, he just accidentally jumped underneath the ball. Before that though, we were seeing some more great passing from Squishy in offense. It's one that Garrett didn't quite read properly. There's another one. This time Garrett will decide not to go for it, instead opting for the safe rotation out. They are only 1 goal up, so that's not a terrible idea.
Justin's just going to take his time. Lion Blaze determined to keep this offensive push going, and he has managed to succeed in that. Now Mektos, triple tap from him, almost set up for Freshness. For Ghost Gaming, question really is, how much do you want to throw at one of these half opportunities? Because so far, half an opportunity is about as good of an opportunity as they seem to be getting. Squishy now back around the wall. Only 1 more player left. That is Mektos. And for as good as NRG have been, they're not going to want any more mistakes over on Ghost Gaming. NRG are doing a great job of setting up their own plays. Have not needed any help, Squishy, to add to it. Garrett decides not to come back in. He does avoid the 3rd-man demo by Lion Blaze.
Yeah, Garrett's, that's a couple of times now that he's just decided not to commit for a shot. They are, like I said already, a goal ahead. Anytime that he commits to a shot there with a 50-50 against the goalkeeper. Oh, what a save! Suddenly it's gone through. Lion Blaze managed to beat Squishy to the ball there. And now a free shot for Mektos. Ghosts are back in it.
And it was off 1 mistake earlier on. Garrett tried to scramble to keep the player going, but there was nobody left eventually. And Ghost Gaming, this is your chance. Minute and a half left here in this game.
Really, really weird turnarounds here. Just all of a sudden, NRG, you can clearly see that they're not as organized as they were just moments ago. Game 1 and the first half of this game, just perfect. No mistakes. And, a perfect rotation. They were reading each other very well. You could tell that the comms are working out. And then after, I think, just 1 miss from Squishy, now they don't have the comms flowing as well as they did before. Or you can only imagine that that's the case. We'll have to wait and see if NRG put out a comms video later on about this series. Because there was clearly a moment there where suddenly they started to, collide with each other. And another miss came in, and the passes weren't connecting. Let's hope that NRG aren't heading down another of their downward spirals. We've seen them do that a few times this season.
It's also possible that, I believe this is the phrase Gregan gave me this week during the grid, positive tilt. Everything's going so right for you, you don't even consider the idea of it going wrong. But right now, Ghost Gaming have got their chance, and they couldn't read it off the crossbar. A huge opportunity for Ghost. But they are right back in this one. NRG are the team that now need to resettle.
Yeah, that was a huge chance. And now Justin's got one. Likewise, it's going to go in. 21 seconds to go, and NRG must be feeling pretty lucky with how this has unfolded. I think they were very fortunate not to concede just moments ago, Shogun. The crossbar saved them. It gave Ghost a nightmare of a bounce to work with. But NRG, clinical, just like they were earlier. I mean, Justin's goal scoring today just keeps on ramping up.
Yeah, we're talking an awful lot about NRG's goal scoring opportunity. We haven't really had to focus on anyone else so far. It has been Justin hits ball, Justin scores goal. And he'll have it really no other way.
It's just as simple as that. Give the ball to Justin in offense. Get him in front of the net, let him shoot, and NRG will be the team to profit. Amazing how long he's been able to
do that as well.
It really is. Justin, I think, the only player who can really just take over a lobby with such consistency in North America. We've got a couple of really hard carry players these days, with especially first killer of Rogue and typical for Space Station Gaming. They can, dominate games here and there, but we see Justin do this for multiple games. He'll just take an entire series all by himself with his offensive prowess. And nobody really knows how to stop him. When he's on form, when he's not in one of his trademark slumps, he's just unstoppable worldwide. Nobody can handle him.
I think what's incredible to me is the longevity of him being able to play that role. All the way back to Season 4, Season 5, he has been there. We've seen so many players come in, they are the hard carry, and yet the mechanics catch up to them, and they have to start adapting their role into teams, become more team-oriented. And that's, I'm not saying Justin's not a team-oriented player, but there's still that ability in him to just look at him and just say, you go and carry. You go and do what you want to do. We'll figure out around you. And it is incredible to see.
Yeah, this will be an interesting game, though. I think NRG might have stolen that last game. It was quite bizarre. Comfortable lead for NRG. Then a couple of misses come in. The team synergy just fell apart. And I think they got quite lucky not to concede and be 3-2 down towards the end of the last game. So although Ghost lost another game here and they're now 2-0 down in the series, they played quite well there. Oh my goodness. Justin cannot stop scoring. He's just saved NRG again.
I'm going to call it here. Lower bracket might be the best thing for NRG right now, because they're going to be playing games back to back to back, which means they can keep Justin in this form.
That's true. I mean, it's always one or the other, isn't it? It depends what's going to happen. If NRG win this event, then everybody's going to say, wow, look at the lower bracket momentum they had. If they lose, then everybody's going to say they were tired. It's always, hindsight is 20/20 kind of situation. But NRG, they've got the experience. They know how to play these long days. They've definitely prepared for that.
Oh no, we have seen Justin at his best, and you can say what you want about format, how days are scheduled, but Justin himself is an intangible. And there are nothing that you put, whatever format you want away, whatever schedule you want in front of him, if he's playing like this, none of it will matter. He's going to have one more opportunity. He decides to soft touch the first one, goes for the double tap. Two players committed to try and keep it away. We need to make comment as well about how this start will affect Ghost Gaming, because there might have been that little bit of hope given the 2-goal swing that they got for themselves in the last game. This one definitely not working out for them. And Garrett G might as well hit some clips as well.
That's insane. Garrett G was already running into the middle and knowing exactly where Squishy's clear was headed. But for Squishy to catch that as cleanly as he did is just amazing to see. Garrett with a perfect run on. And even though Lion Blaze got a touch, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, one of the best shot stoppers, couldn't keep that one out.
Oh, Ghost Gaming find themselves 2 goals down already. They didn't cause any of their own problems this time, but NRG are just at that level.
Oh, wow.
Garrett G's just holding himself downfield, and these long cross-field passes have had so much success so far for NRG. Here's Squishy, he's on challenge off the backboard, and Precious will get at least some contact, but it's not going to hold off for too much longer. Going to be a quick breakaway. Garrett G passes it straight over to Squishy one more time. Whole field currently in control of NRG. They'll add a third one to it. And Justin, I've lost count of his goals. Have you got any idea?
Okay, right. Let's figure it out now.
3?
He's got 2 this game. I think he got 2 last game. Probably around
And there was
4.
a hat trick somewhere.
This has to be at least 8, I think. I think he's on 8 goals for the series. There's nearly 3 per game. It's unbelievable. With a long time left in this game as well, so he could even add to that. But, you know, the real key for NRG in this match has been just the consistency. They've not had any really bad whiffs on the ball. They've not had any, you know, colossal double commit. Perfect. Just pass the ball to Justin and watch him put it in the back of the net. That is the formula, and it just does not stop working.
Good luck trying to keep that one out. It's been Ghost Gaming stuck in there, not only in their other side of the field, but stuck on their own backboard for the most part. They have had no real answer to the long balls over to someone stuck in their own corner, the infield passes from NRG, the individual plays. It has been a very well-rounded offensive performance. Squishy sets up Justin for 4. He's got 4 shots, he's got 4 goals, and he's not got a single care about your defense.
That's really interesting. I just took a look at the NRG official Twitter account. They've just announced a rebrand. They're not NRG anymore. They're PTJ. No, you're not going to ask me what that means, Jogan?
I get it.
You're not going to
say that one aloud. I'm not going to say that one aloud. You guys haven't figured that one out.
I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
Yep. You do know, obviously, give us a shout over on Twitter, hashtag RLCS, and also in the Twitch chat, Garrett G. Gonna race down this one, but he's not going to get any success. Not that he needs it. 5 goals up here in game 3. And apart from the one twitchy moment for the team earlier on, nothing else for NRG. They showed a glimpse of mortality, and then they have just been a step above ever since then. Lovely pass from Squishy. That deserved a shot from Justin. Well, Squishy be looking at that, saying, well, you scored everything else today. Why couldn't you reach that one?
Oh, wait, where's Justin?
Oh, no.
Garrett's looking for him. He's thinking, Justin, help. I dribbled it into the middle of the box, and you weren't there, Justin. Come on, man. What about, you know, first-class delivery from Garrett? And Justin's not even there for it. It's not what you've got to expect from this squad today.
The ego. He scores 10 goals in one series. The ego's already grown.
Oh, man. This is a really weird one, though. Game 1 and 3, just brilliant from NRG. Justin can't stop scoring. The whole team are playing perfectly around each other. They're creating space. They're making it very easy to pass the ball. And the double commits aren't even possible, never mind a problem. But then last game, there was just that one blip, like you mentioned. And they honestly got lucky to win it in the end. The crossbar saved them. It's as simple as that. So, you know, what can we take away from that? You know, we kind of have to just read between the lines. And I am going off a lot of what Garrett said yesterday in his interview. He mentioned that comms, that the positivity is a really big thing for them right now. When you see moments like that happening, you know, a whiff or a double commit or just something going wrong for NRG, followed by a whole string of bad plays, you just have to put that down to the comms. There's nothing else that can change that quickly. It's not like somebody's hands got cold. Oh, well, you know, somebody else apart from Justin can score in this game.
I think they'll hope it was any other way, though.
Yeah, fortunately, it is going to be a little team own goal. Mektos with the credit.
Mektos doesn't want the credit. Mektos will ask for that credit to go to literally anybody else. That is 4 goals for Justin and 1 goal apiece for Squishy and Garrett. Justin for 5.
Oh! He's missed. What?
Clip it! Let him know! At him on Twitter!
I do not believe it. That might be the biggest upset we see all day. Justin has missed a shot. Never, but not just a shot. He's missed an open net. He just hit the post for absolutely no reason. I guess he just wanted to get that one out of his system, save the rest of the goals for next game.
13 seconds. I'm going to give a second here. What performance this has been, though, from NRG. 7-0. This is the second time in one series that they have scored 7 goals.
Oh, Justin's up.
And
probably
looks
scoring.
To try and make a say. Oh, Squishy, he's going to keep it dangerous. Justin wants to go yet again. Couldn't find freshness. And Garrett and Squishy getting each other's way. Can't add the ape to it. But that is certainly not a worry at all for them at the moment. Ghost Gaming. Well, they've got 20 minutes of perfect Rocket League to play ahead of them. And if they can do that, they can cause what would be the biggest reverse sweep ever, because this would be the biggest momentum shift I would have ever seen.
Yeah. Interesting. This series has been extremely interesting. Just another reminder of how good Justin is. And even in the days where BDS are, crushing it across the pond, and Space Station have been dominating America up until this event, you can still, throughout that entire time, put Justin in the conversation for best player in the world. It's matches like this that remind you of that. He can do this against any team in the world. Ghost are a team who are in form. They've been playing very well this tournament, and they've been made to look completely casual by Justin's finishing mainly. But the rest of the team for games 1 and 3 played pretty much perfectly as well. They're bringing all that out of Justin. They're giving him the ball. They're basically spoon feeding him. And Ghost Gaming, when NRG can play this well, they don't have any answers.
Yeah, and this is going to hurt so much for Ghost Gaming, because this looked like the tournament where they can really start to turn things around. Obviously a good result for them so far, but in the points rankings, it just gets them closer. It doesn't really let them leapfrog all too many players and all too many teams. If they lose this, they would still be stuck behind 9th place, so I think they might just get past it. No, they won't. They'll still be 90 points off, I believe. So there's a lot of work to do for Ghost Gaming, not only in this series, but for the season as a whole. Obviously a positive step over the last few weeks. They'd like to finish that with at least a good performance here to finish us off. Garrett G looks for his space. He hits the post as well, so showing some solidarity to Justin. Squishy, it's your turn up next.
You can only imagine that Garrett was trying to pass the ball to Justin by hitting the post and causing it to bounce across the box.
Well, Justin has now got the ball. It's going to be a chance here, though, for Ghost Gaming. They need to take it. You can already see all 3 players still in the other side of the field. Justin, flip reset too. Garrett looks to push it on. Couldn't quite make clean contact. But Justin is just all over the place right now. You can already see. And I have been watching Squishy and Garrett's rotation. Squishy's especially. Squishy's making all of the space in the world. He is taking a lot of background boost at the moment. He just wants to keep Justin in the offensive rotation.
I mean, this is really what pro teams and what it means in Rocket League to have a first man, a second man, a third man. Rocket League is such a fluid game, it's such a fast-paced game that the player who you're most used to seeing up front scoring goals, in this case Justin, he's going to be making saves, he's going to be making defensive clears, he's going to be making challenges at other parts of the game when he's required to. But the one thing that will really change, depending on what the team's priorities are, is who turns first. And Justin is breaking rotation at every single time he can. Whenever he sees an opportunity to turn around and go for the ball, he will. Whereas Squishy and Garrett are maybe leaving those opportunities to turn in favor of backing off, which we have seen them do several times.
Just got some stats coming through as well. Shout out to CJ for those ones. Just seeing some score, the in-game score from the players that we've got on the field. Second place right now goes to Squishy at 454 points per game, which is an absolutely fantastic score per game.
Solid,
Justin, 753.
You are joking.
He is averaging 3.33 goals per game. Garrett off the crossbar isn't going to find anything for that one. An even better one here. Justin's total score, 2,261. Ghost Gaming's total score as the team as a whole, across all 3 of them, 2,492. Justin has been a one-man wrecking crew. Thank you very much for sending those over to us.
That is just astonishing. As if you needed any persuasion that Justin has been unbelievable in this match. But I do want to give credit to Garrett and Squishy as well, because when you see a teammate doing as well as Justin is in these games, it's very easy to try and join in the fray a bit too much, and that's when you see double commitments in attack and slow rotations back, and nobody really doing any kind of defense in a match. Whereas Garrett and Squishy, they're playing around Justin to perfection here. Apart from that game 2, where it was a bit risky, we had the one missed save from Squishy, and then everything after that from NRG was pretty bad until Justin scored a winner. Apart from that one miss leading to some chaotic situations, Justin, Garrett, Squishy have all been exceptional.
Yeah, this really has been playing the cards that you are dealt incredibly well. Still no goals here in Game 4. Ghost Gaming not out just yet. Need to win this, win 3 more after the fact. As Justin has got Garrett on that fast side. He does try to get it over to him. Garrett's going to keep the ball going on and almost managed to find the left post. He's already hit the right post, crossbar, and that one was about to be left post before I believe the save came in beforehand. Justin is just launching himself.
Yeah.
And again, I want to highlight Squishy. So far back, he's not breaking rotation. He's not really pressing forward at all. He is just waiting for the right opportunity, buying the team a bit of time. There might be an opportunity here for Ghost Gaming. Freshness tries to reach it.
No boost.
He just can't.
Yeah, it's just no boost there for Freshness at the end. He would have loved to have a chance at 0 seconds. Even then, it looked like Squishy had it covered. Yeah, it's really impressive to see Squishy playing so well in this format and in this kind of formation. Because when he did first join NRG, when he had to play the more defensive role, he didn't look all that comfortable. And, you know, the NRG results started to come in when Squishy started to get involved in the offense more. But now he's right back into the defensive line. Garrett and himself are just holding it down there. And they look great. Their communication is clearly working out well. The synergy is building after all this time that they've spent together on the field now. And of course, Justin with another chance. Oh, that one would have been beautiful. What a perfect way to end the series that would have been.
Certainly would have been. He definitely does deserve it. Ghost Gaming just desperate for this 1-game win. But here is Justin yet again. Full canister of boost. He wants to go the entire way. He almost will. Flying Blaze. Savvy to keep that one out, but now Squishy and Garrett G, the backup plan right here, are going to start putting some pressure on. Clear 1 boss. There's 2 more waiting for you. Justin, infield pass. Who's that going to be to? Both players choosing to back down. It's going to be Garrett G's to take over. Looks at the top corner. Mektos will keep it out. Squishy shot across the face of goal. Ghost Gaming really up against it here. That demo won't help. They are holding on well.
Yeah, some really good defense by Ghost. This attack from NRG is relentless, but they are holding on. They are, you know, continuing to clear the ball to this side. You'll notice none of these clears are going straight down the middle. Everything is to this side because that's a much harder position for NRG to shoot from quickly. But can they hold on? Can they get the ball out into attack? Can they maybe get a game here? That would be incredible.
Justin now picks up the 100 boost. He's on the backboard. Tries to go the whole way. It's a very heavy first touch, though, but he still managed to get the ball over to Garrett. And now Justin looks for the goalkeeper. Only 1 more left. Freshness. He's already jumped. Squishy misses the target. Justin to finish it off, and Lion Blaze ready and waiting on the goal line. He looks to transition to the other side of the field. And Ghost Gaming will hold on yet again.
You say there, Squishy missing the target, Shogun. Surely you'd have to think the target was actually Justin. Oh, wait a minute. There's no goalie. Garrett's won it with a reset. It wasn't the fastest shot in the world, but Freshness was the last man back, and Garrett has beaten him to it. What a brilliant shot to clutch this last game. It is a sweep for NRG.
And that is just Garrett baiting Freshness in, thinking that he was off the play, and he was just far too quick with the recovery. NRG send the statement out to the remaining other 4 teams in this tournament. And maybe, I don't know, we heard the desk talking before we got into this match. I'd be very curious to see whether or not that performance has changed any minds.
Yeah, like I said before this series started, I'm surprised that we didn't hear more from NRG in the who's going to win this tournament discussion, because I think even before this series, you have to consider them as one of the favorites and maybe even the favorites, because Space Station Gaming are right. That's the one team that NRG have got a bad record against. Every other team in this tournament, NRG do pretty well against in RLCS. And, you know, we can't dwell too much on the 3-2 series that they're struggling through. They still get the wins at the end of the day.
Now, that is step 1 down. They've got to do that 4 more times across 4 more best of 7s. That might be one of the reasons why people are maybe second-guessing it, but if NRG keep playing like this, they will be terrifying to everybody. But we need to find out who they are playing in the next round. When we come back, it's G2 Esports taking on the Pittsburgh Knights.